Just say no to downloading legal documents online for your use. My name is Amanda Rocha. I am an estate planning and probate attorney in California, and today I want to tell you a story about a client of mine who downloaded documents on a certain website that were a will, trust, and other estate planning documents, and why you should not do that. Before I get into that, I want to give you my contact information. You can find me on my website at www.amandarocalaw.com. You can comment down below if this platform allows you to do that, or follow along on social media and comment on any of my videos there. I'm at Amanda Rocha Law. So what happened? What's the story? It's really unfortunate, but also fortunate because we were able to catch it before there was an actual problem. So my clients, a married couple, downloaded a will for each of them, a joint trust, HIPAA releases, basically everything I talk about in all my videos, advanced healthcare directives, all of the right documents, but there were many issues with them. They contacted me years later, I'm talking 25 years after they did this, to update it because they just did not want to go through with the website again. It felt too clunky and they didn't want to necessarily create all new documents if they didn't have to. Unfortunately, they had to. So I'm just going to give you a short list of some of the things that were incorrectly done and whether or not I think it could have been avoided. First, the most obvious thing that was wrong was in their joint trust, their actual house that they still live in the same property, by the way, they haven't moved, isn't listed. And instead it was somebody else's address in a different state. They don't know whose address it was. They don't know anybody that lives in that state. There's absolutely no way that they would have typed that information in and put it there. And because the document is so long, they didn't read it once they printed it and signed it. They just basically skimmed through and had it notarized and signed. So that's part one of that problem. Part two of that problem is once you actually have your trust notarized, if you are going to fund your trust with your home, you need to record a new document with your county stating that. They never did that. Nobody told them to do that, nor would they know how to do that because they aren't realtors and they aren't lawyers who actually do this. So that was never done either. So if they would have passed away, both of them, then that house would have had to have gone through probate, along with almost everything else that they owned, except for some personal property. Another mistake that was made is their wills were notarized. That isn't proper in California. In California, when you have a will, it needs to be witnessed, not notarized. A notary can act as one of your witnesses, but you need to have two witnesses. They have to be over the age of 18. They have to have the mental capacity to do this. They should not be your spouse or any of your beneficiaries, close family members, somebody who stands to inherit from you, because there are a lot of issues with whether or not you were pressured into signing. So their wills were not even correctly signed. So let's say that the trust would have failed, even their wills would have failed. There were a myriad of other issues that we found along the way. Incorrect social security numbers, things that just people were not checking on. And these people are professionals, obviously not legal professionals doing estate planning, but their jobs are professional jobs. They pay attention to detail in their everyday life. This is so easy to do. So I'm urging you, do not use one of these websites that allows you to download a form or fill it out on their website and download it, even if they say, we have attorneys on hand that you can speak with, because these attorneys do not actually give you any legal advice. They basically tell you this category says, fill in your first name, so fill in your first name. They don't review the document with you. If you paid them to review it, they can only really look at it. They're not going to go through and tell you, oh, you know what, there's an inconsistency here, or this doesn't match with what you told me on X date, because you never told them anything. So even if you're saving what you think is $1,500 or $2,000 by spending $500 on this document, or $30 or whatever it is that you buy, your family may be spending more than $30,000 in probate to actually have your estate passed along to them because this wasn't done correctly to begin with. If you have any questions about this, please give me a call, schedule a meeting on my calendar online. If you go to my website, www.amandarocalaw.com, you can actually click on my calendar and schedule an intake with me on a date and time that works for you. And I will call you on that day. We can go over whatever you want. You can find me on social media and make a comment there on one of my videos. I'm at Amanda Rocha Law. Or if you can comment here, comment down below and let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any other video ideas you have for me or questions that I could answer for you. Thank you.